Hello there, friends, fans, and fellow voice actors. This is Austin Matthews, and as probably all of you who are subscribed to me already know, I am a voice actor. And to those of you who don't know, I am a voice actor. I've been a voice actor for over 5 years now. It's been a long-standing passion of mine, and good God, do I love it. I love the atmosphere, I love the community, I love being able to express myself, I love helping other people bring their visions to life. I just love it, it's great. If you want to know some of my experience, I've been in a lot of cartoons. I've done Shattered Heaven. I'm Nathan Gelidus in that. I am Kyo in Wookos, the reboot of Wookos. I've done some parody work for Machinima. I've also been in Machinima. I am Arcos Hollith in Mass Effect Protocol, and I'm also the voice of the Lessons in Joyful Living radio network. I do all of the bumpers, intros, and outros for the talents on there. But moving on, for a while I've kind of wanted to do a, not really tutorial series, but kind of a tips and advice for further improving your voiceover craft inside and outside of the booth series. Yeah, that. It's called Shouting in a Padded Room. You can thank Fade Into Case for the title. I'll put a link to his Tumblr down below. Essentially, in this series, I'm going to be covering a bunch of voiceover-related topics that I feel get overlooked, don't get emphasized enough, or things that I feel are really important inside or outside of the booth, like I said. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about something that we all have to deal with pretty much on a daily basis. And to those of you who are aspiring to be voice actors, or amateur voice actors, whatever, this is something that you're going to have to deal with pretty much every day of your life, no matter how established you are. That's rejection. It's part of being a voice actor. For every 10 jobs you audition for, you're gonna get rejected by 9, probably. That's just, an estimate. It's just how it goes. While voice actors tend to not be personally competitive, we're all pretty supportive and, we want our fellow voice actors to succeed for the most part, at least that's what I've seen. The business itself, though, is competitive as hell. When 500 people audition for one part, only one of them is going to get that part. That means that 499 people didn't get a part. It happens to everybody, and I mean everybody. Steve Blum gets rejected. Billy West gets rejected. Tara Strong gets rejected. Maurice LaMarche, Grey DeLisle, Nancy Cartwright, Tress MacNeille, Robbie Paulson, Bill Farmer, they all get rejected. It's just a natural part of the business, and you need to learn how to accept that. To the one person who does get the role, congratulations. Have fun playing the part. You deserve it. Chances are, you're the best fit for the part. Unless the director was completely drunk off their ass and made a poor choice, but we'll get to that. But as far as rejections go, if you don't learn to take rejection, chances are you're not going to get very far in this industry. If you keep dwelling on every missed audition, well, you're gonna get bummed out. You're not gonna have fun. And this is an industry where fun is like a necessary part of the job. Like, I think it says that somewhere in our job description. So how do you handle rejection? Well, you just kind of ignore it. You just kind of say, so I missed an audition. Oh well, it wasn't meant to be. Chances are the person the director picked was better for the role anyway. Good luck with the project, actor and director, and I look forward to hearing more about it in the future. You move on to the next project and you move on with your life. Simple as that. In fact, you should be moving on to the next project before the auditions are over, because you should constantly be auditioning on to the next project, but we'll get to that in another video. I know that for some of you that might be harder than others. If you miss a bunch of auditions in a row, it can be disheartening, and that is totally understandable. It may get to a point where you start to question, am I really any good at this? Or am I just fooling myself? Especially when you're first starting out. You might ask these questions a lot when you're first starting out, and honestly, it's sometimes at any point in your career. But if you really want to make this happen, you can, and you will. You just have to keep at it. If you want it enough, you will make it happen if you are truly determined to make it happen. And I don't just mean wishing for it to happen. I mean you go out and you put forth your best effort and you make it happen. Sometimes you might feel like your skill level is what kept you from, not getting a role. Sometimes that might be true, but other times it's a harder decision for directors to make. There's been times when I've, been casting a project, other people have been casting a project where there's like, at least 10 people who are all equally qualified and equally fit the part. Sometimes it's a matter of just, like, there's a lot of tweaking involved. There's a lot of just like, okay, well, what would he sound like this way? What would it be like this? And sometimes it comes down to a random pick. I've heard of auditions where they've literally picked the first person who came in to audition from that list of 10 people. It just happens. So if you feel like your skill level might be keeping you down, that might not be the case. But if it is the case, and you really, really feel like your skill level is what's holding you back, consider taking some acting classes. You should take acting classes anyway. It's an important part of the job. You can be a natural at this and still need acting classes. I personally recommend Bang Zoom's Adventures in Voice Acting workshops and workouts. They're taught by Tony Oliver, who's a working voice director. He's worked on countless shows and games like Eodeka 7, Fate Zero, Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and Danganronpa. He's also lent his voice to characters that I'm sure at least some of you know. Naruto's father, Rick Hunter from Robotech, Bang Shishigami from BlazBlue, and guys, he's Lupin the Third, just saying. He taught me a lot about voiceover, voice acting, and everything, that related to that subject, and I owe a lot to him, and he's just a big old teddy bear and a class act, I swear. He's a nice guy. Of course, there are plenty of other acting classes that I'm sure can help you as well. Crispin Freeman offers many different kinds of awesome workshops and classes, and even improv classes, which is a necessary skill that you should really have as an actor. It will help you so much with this job. I'm pretty sure that Kyle A. Bear still does private 1-hour voice acting consultations on Skype, which may be a very good way for you to assess your skill level. And Kyle is also very good at pointing out your individual strengths and how to make those strengths work for you even more. Richard Horowitz, who you might know as Billy and Zim, also teaches a few classes too. I'm not sure how frequent those classes are, but he's one heck of a coach and teacher. So if you get the chance, take it. I say take it. All of these guys have a ton of experience and they all know what they're talking about. So if you really want to learn how to improve your craft, these are the guys to go to. There are plenty of others that I haven't listed here, but these are just some recommendations from myself and my friends who have taken classes from these fine fellows. I haven't taken classes from all of these people, but a lot of my friends have recommended these guys to me. So go out and look for these guys yourself. I can guarantee that they will all benefit you. Just keep in mind that these classes and workshops do tend to fill up very quickly, sometimes within an hour or hell, a few minutes from what I've seen. So if you get an email about these classes and you have the funds, go for it. Sorry for getting off track with that, but it's important to understand that acting classes are a necessary part of being successful in this business. You can be a natural and still need it. You could have been doing this for years and still need it. Big league actors sometimes take different classes to help them improve their craft, even more so too. There's like dialect classes that a lot of them have to take. Just other different kinds of like acting style classes that they can take. So, okay, getting back into the first topic now, I received an anonymous question on Tumblr a while back about rejection, and I'm going to read that right now. Say you put 100% into a voice audition for a role that you really wanted, but it instead goes to someone else who you find has a less than adequate mic quality and didn't even correctly say all of the lines that he or she was supposed to audition with. You know standing up for yourself and complaining to the project director would be unprofessional, but you still can't help but feel a little gypped and put into a bit of bad funk. Well, look at it this way. If a director picked someone who isn't qualified like you said, then they might not be qualified to be a director, and chances are you don't really want to work with them anyway. If they had picked you, then you might be the one dealing with a director who doesn't know what they're doing. You might get bad direction. You might get no direction. Although sometimes no direction is better than bad direction, but the project could suck completely due to the scripting, the poor actor choice they made, lacking an inconsistent quality of actors and microphones, any combination of the above, take your pick. Now the potentially bad director also has to deal with the poor choice that they made. And the bad actor has to deal with the director who doesn't know up from down. So don't get down about that. If anything, be thankful that they didn't pick you, because otherwise it'd be you dealing with a terrible director. So take some solace in that. Well, I hope that helps all of you get over some of your rejection concerns and nerves a bit. If you're still having issues dealing with rejection, I personally recommend throwing yourself into your own voice work. Maybe read some monologues, do some comic dubs, improv something, ask your actor friends if they want to play some actor games like Cookie Jar. Anything you can think of. Just have some fun doing what you do. If you have fun voice acting, then have fun voice acting. But that's it for the topic of rejection. If you have any other topics that you'd like me to cover in this series, please feel free to let me know. Next time we cover learning to love the audition process. It ties in a bit to what we discussed today, and I really hope that you all benefit from it. Thank you for joining me in the first episode of Shouting in a Padded Room, and I hope to see you soon, my friends. Have a nice day.